that is zooming in, Mr. Logan Long. He's training out of state right now. We're here live broadcasting from Texas in Galveston County. I'm going to go ahead and let him introduce himself, and he's going to share all about himself. Hey, how you doing?
Hey everybody, my name's Logan Long. I'm a amateur fighter fighting out of Houston, Texas. I've been training since I was about 13 years old. Right now I'm in Albuquerque, New Mexico at Jackson Wink MMA Academy. I'm going to be here for the next 28 days. I got a good little camp coming up because I have a fight on April 10th in Houston Fury. It's going to be in the amateur division, 135.
Cool.
Yeah, I've been training at all kinds of places. I've been around the world. You know, I'm really excited to actually get my career started now.
Yeah. So what made you choose Jackson Wink, or what led you out there?
I'm not gonna lie, I'm a huge Jon Jones fanboy. So whenever I heard that you can just come out here and they have dorms and all that, you can live out here. I thought that was an amazing opportunity for me. I came out here a couple of years ago for a couple of days, but because of COVID and all that, I couldn't stay. But now I'm gonna be here. I've got a dorm. I'm gonna be out here for a while. It's gonna be cool.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Who else is out there? I mean, as far as like, is there people from all over the country or all over the world? And is this what they're doing, right?
All kinds of people here. There's professional fighters training here, amateur fighters training here, even people that are just now picking up the sport training here.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a really nice place, really nice facility. They got everything you could need. They got a physical therapist on site. Everything you could ever need here. Cafe.
Mm-hmm. You being someone who's an amateur, you're getting your career started. Do they show you that, that same amount of attention or training as they would somebody else?
Well, they have all the classes, and they take the classes in levels. So usually they have like beginner classes, and then they have the pro classes, and some of the amateurs are allowed into the pro classes. I actually just got here today, so I don't know if I'm going to be in those classes yet or not, but I'd like to think I would be.
Yeah, just going to take it and run with it. That's awesome. So,
yeah.
You know what? A lot of people, they have a dream. A lot of people will see it out there and maybe look at the plan and say, hey, maybe I can go out and train at Jackson Wink. You decided, I'm going to go out there. I'm going to be out there for about a month. I guess, what is it about you that is different? Say, hey, I'm going to try and attain this and go for it.
I think it would be my ability to adapt and my ability to see what I want to do and accomplish it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very, very logical with how I approach different situations and approach challenges in my life. So I've come to the realization that I've been around to most of the gyms in my area. I need talk with my father. We just drove about 14 hours. Now we're here.
Yeah. And you said you're from the Houston area. What led you into combat sports to even try it out?
I played pretty much every single sport that you can think of. I was in swim, gymnastics. I've always been pretty athletic, but nothing really caught my attention until I went to an MMA practice. I watched a couple of UFCs, and then I started like going to some MMA practices. I was still too young to actually participate, but watching it, I knew that that's what I wanted to do. So I signed up with Bushibon in Pasadena, Texas, the world headquarters with Master Zolfi. And I started out real slow because I was probably 13, 14 years old at the time. You can't just start really training MMA. So I started with boxing, kickboxing, Muay Thai, jiu-jitsu, doing all of those separately. And then once I turned about 16 years old is when I really started putting it all together.
How old are you right now?
19.
So 19 years old. I mean, you've been training pretty full time since then, or obviously focusing on school and everything, or what?
Yeah, I've been doing. I went to school, or I graduated high school, but the whole time I was focusing on my mixed martial arts. I wrestled in high school. I did pretty good, but that was all for the point of extending my mixed martial arts degree.
Awesome. Okay, very cool. So you're going to be fighting in the Fury Amateur Series. Those are a lot of fun. The energy there is crazy. Are you ready for it? What are you expecting going into it?
I'm expecting a really good fight. I've seen the guy that I fought. He only has one win. He only has one video out there on the internet. I've seen him. He looks pretty solid. Really excited to have some good competition.
So you've been able to watch your opponent. Have you seen him fight or even talk to anybody else who's trained with him, or do you know where he trains or anything else you know about him?
No, I don't have any idea where he trains or who he trains with, but I have seen a fight of his on YouTube.
Okay, what's his name?
Adwa. I think that's how you pronounce his last name. First name Adam.
All right.
AD, something like that.
Okay, very cool. That's exciting. So I'm assuming, what's your experience as far as, like, have you done any smokers, and this is going to be your first amateur fight?
No, I've done a whole bunch of smokers. I'm 0-2 as amateur right now, but both of those were pretty rough. The first one came out too hot. It's all mental for me at this point, because I know a lot of the training's been done. I know my skills there. I know my technique is there, but stepping into that cage with the bright lights and you got your walkout song and the pyrotechnics and everyone screaming your name, it adds a different level to it. You're not in the right mindset unless you're prepared for that type of situation.
Yeah, are you taking?
Go ahead.
I was going to ask, are you taking any steps to better prepare for that mental side? And if so, what are you doing?
Yeah, I think that a big part of it is just experience. Like getting out there a couple of times. It's still amateur, so it doesn't. I don't look at the record as that big of a deal, because I'm trying to make this a career.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not worried about my amateur record.
Right. And I guess, what kind of goals are you looking to accomplish, or what do you want to accomplish with your amateur career? And are you looking to turn pro, and what do you want to accomplish there?
I want to get the 135 amateur belt in Fury, and then defend it a couple of times, and then see where I'm at there. Mature into my man body.
Yeah, you talk about being a fan of Jon Jones. Was that one of the first fighters that I guess you were drawn to in the UFC?
Yeah, you can call me a fanboy. It was Jon Jones and Conor McGregor.
Yeah.
I was around that time where I first started getting into it. I saw what Conor McGregor was doing. I was like, how's he doing that? That shouldn't be right.
Stylistically, do you try and model your game after those guys, or does it look a little different?
It's I feel like I'm very well rounded. I feel like I can do a little bit of everything. So I'm not trying to fight like anybody. I'm trying to find my own style.
Mm-hmm. And so you just got out there to Jackson Wink. Is it all going to be work? If you're out there, you're staying there, eating there, sleeping there. You're pretty much engulfed in it, right? No distractions?
Yes. 5 times a day training.
5 times a day training. That's what they do out there?
6 days a week. Yep. 6 days a week. Sundays are off.
And Sunday's the off day to rest.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So how you're out there 28 days, coming back April 10th, going to be fighting Fury Amateur Series against a gentleman named Adwa, 135 pounds. Talking to Logan Long. If you're just now joining us, this is Clear Life Combat. My name is Gardy. If you do make that switch into the pro, ideally, where, in best case scenario, where do you see your career going?
I think I have the ability to go all the way to the top. I really do. I think I've put in the work. I know there's still much work to put in, but I think that I have a very solid base, and if I keep going the way that I'm going, I think I could go all the way to the top, champion of the world.
Awesome. Are you gonna? I guess I would ask you more about Jackson Wink. If you like being out there and all that, but this is your first day.
I really just got here this morning.
And you drove out there? You said, how long was it to get there?
Yeah, about 14 hours.
14 hours. Have you? And you said you've traveled and done some other stuff before. Was that for training, or was that just for going and seeing other things, or just travel?
Well, I've been to Thailand twice doing Muay Thai fights over there.
Wow. So, what was that experience like?
Yeah, that was amazing. I was 15. I went once when I was 15, and I went the next year when I was 16. It was an amazing experience. Huge culture shock, getting to see different parts of the world and still being so different, but still have something that you can bond over, like Muay Thai.
Yeah. I've seen some of the videos and the guys that are out there, and you'll see like, hey, this guy has 300 fights, and it's just hard to fathom, but that's their life up and down, right?
Yeah, that's they fight multiple times a week. And most of the time it's just to put food on the table. It's a different type of life.
And what about the energy in the arenas and at the matches? It's different, isn't it?
Yeah, the music. It's the music.
It's
Everybody, the music's awesome. I like the music.
Yeah, it's like some flutes.
Yeah.
That is cool. Besides training out there, and is there anything else you got to experience in the culture, like the food or what they do for fun or anything?
Eating deep fried scorpions on the side of the street.
Yeah, that's crazy. And how did that opportunity even arise for you to go out there and train?
Going around from Master Zolfi every year, or not recently because of COVID, but he started a couple years ago doing a martial arts summit in Thailand because he has schools all over the world, and he has a real wide influence in the karate and Bondo world and Lethwei. So he would contact a bunch of people, get everyone together, and we'd all meet in Thailand and have a big summit.
That's awesome. That's really cool. All right, so I'm talking to Logan Long. He's out there training at Jackson Wink for the next month before his Fury fight, and it's going to be taking place April 10th for the amateur series. Logan, is there anything else that we haven't talked about that you would like to share today?
I'd like to talk about my father. He's been a huge part of this entire journey for me. Ever since I told him that I wanted to start training, he's really turned his life completely around, and that's really all we've done is train. My dad was a really big boxer, multiple-time state champion in Texas back in the 70s, and he didn't really know too much about MMA whenever I first started. But once he realized really what it was, he got really, really into it. And now he's one of my head coaches. He's in my corner every time. He's my cut man. He's really the biggest influence on my life.
You'd have to have a lot of support from your family, in every aspect of your life to be able to pursue something like this almost, right?
Yeah.
That's cool. And then for y'all to be able to even bond over this, what kind of advice and experience has your dad lived that he's been able to pass on to you?
He's told me almost everything he knows. My dad's a warrior, and I think he's passed that mentality on me.
That's cool. All right. Logan, I'm excited to be able to check out your fight. I love that the amateur series, that they are streamed live on Facebook, but I subscribed to UFC Fight Pass as soon as that deal went through because on Sundays it's kind of hard, but I love getting out there and watching those Fury fights. There's nothing like them.
It's always fun.
Yes. Again, is there anything else that you'd like to talk about or share?
Not really, man. Just all the viewers out there, everybody watching, keep an eye out for me. I'll be out there soon.
Is there a way that they can follow you on social media?
Yeah, you can follow me on Facebook. It's Logan Long, or you can follow me on Instagram. It's mint.mofkr. PG.
Awesome. I appreciate that. Logan, thank you so much for making time. Hey, best of luck out there. It'd be cool to catch up with you again whenever it's towards the end of your camp out there at Jackson Wink and see how things are going, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. Be blessed. I'll talk to you soon.